what he did is get back. So I just want you to know.
The proof is in the pudding.
It is, and it was good.
He was pushing off. Pushing off like, did you see him limp into the lane? I didn't see him limp one time.
See, I don't know.
I think it was 100%.
Who coined that? Who coined that term? The proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the taste.
Oh.
You saw the man roll his ankle on Friday night, and then he couldn't get up and he couldn't go back in the ball game, but he got a triple dub quick.
There's a little melodrama going on there. Hopping all the way to the locker room.
Hold on. But you didn't say anything when you saw him limping up there after game one. When you say Luka looked tired walking up those steps. You dramatized that. But I just want you to know one thing. Had Kane Fitzgerald, the official, had not intervened, it would be 3-1 right now. 3-1 right now, Dallas Mavericks. Because right now they have no answer for Luka Doncic. Luka can get whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. And I'm tired of this. You and everybody else has been said it. All the two greatest wing defenders in all of basketball since Michael and Scottie happen to be on the Clippers. They can switch everything.
One of them is a basket case right now on offense and defense, and his name is George Paul. George Paul has lost it psychologically. He's lost his edge, lost his confidence on both ends.
He missed the layup that would have put him up 4.
I was going to get to that in just a moment.
Okay, go ahead.
Put him up 3, actually.
Yeah, 3. Okay.
In overtime.
Yes.
And that was the end of the Clippers in overtime. So the point is, in the big picture of this, Luka was extraordinary for much of the game. I didn't see any ankle slowing him down at all.
Slowed him down.
But the point is, for the Clippers, it's Kawhi or bust on both ends. And again, talk about getting worn out. This guy on offense is all they got, and they don't really run any plays for him. He doesn't like post up or run off screens.
But that's not his
they just lob it over to him on the side, and they say, okay, get one. Sometimes they pick for him, but mostly they don't. He has to dribble between 2 men, maybe attack the baseline, maybe go down the baseline, maybe slide into the lane and shoot his mid-range jumper, which is the best since Michael Jordan's mid-range.
He missed 2.
And by the way, he's scored so far in the playoffs, the most fourth-quarter points has been scored by Kawhi Leonard, but not at the end of the game because that's a play on which obviously you need to drive it into the lane and then pull up and go up and shoot it, or get to the free throw line. I would trust Kawhi to make the 2 free throws more than I would for him to make the 3-point shot.
If I'm watching the game yesterday, anybody that's watching the game yesterday, the ball should have been in Sweet Lou Williams' hand, because this is not even a ball game without Sweet Lou. Sweet Lou was giving it to folks in the fourth quarter. It was him. He single-handedly kept you in the ball game, got you the lead. With the and one, the 3 in the corner. Sweet Lou had it cooking yesterday, and you put it in the wrong guy's hand at the end of the ball game.
Kawhi Leonard only had 32 yesterday.
Hold up.
32?
How many did Sweet Lou have?
He had 36. 36.
And he played 12 minutes fewer.
Yep.
So just imagine if you had given him the ball.
I would have been fine with it.
You say he's your closer.
I do.
So why is the guy got the ball in his hand that's not the closer?
I thought he might force the issue. I thought he might get to the free throw line, something LeBron would never try to do.
Well, your guy didn't do it either.
Well, he didn't. He didn't try anything. He dribbled and he dribbled, and then he thought, I guess I've obliviated the clock here. I guess I got to just step back and shoot a long jump shot.
Okay, you know what?
And it's no good. That's not his game.
Okay, well, guess what? They gave him a reprieve in overtime with 38 seconds. Can you explain, talk to people play-by-play that one?
What are you talking about?
They gave Kawhi Leonard a reprieve in overtime. He shot the ball with 38 seconds.
Oh, he
Can
missed
you talk
it.
to? What? No. I don't. Oh, he missed it. No, talk like you would if that was LeBron James.
I just killed him for missing the last shot.
You should kill him for playing defense. Lack thereof.
On the possessions down the stretch in the fourth quarter, maybe we should see those possessions.
We should.
Because Luka missed a 3 on him because he was all up into him, and then he missed a little 11-footer in the lane because he was getting bounced hard. He was getting bodied by
the man on the bum ankle.
Watch this. Watch this.
He on the bum ankle.
He almost stole it from him there. He's bothering him because he's long and he's strong and he's quick. He went under and he got away with it and he got up in his face. See, that should happen on the last shot. It's the long arm of the claw.
No, it shouldn't.
Yep, and here we go again. He's going to try to get in the lane. Watch how physical Kawhi gets with him. He went under and he got away with it, but he's physical. Luka can't do anything. He can't outquick him. He can't cross
That's an easy shot right there.
Okay.
That's a point
easy shot. He's falling sideways.
That's Luka.
He back rimmed it.
Skip, he's a 1 foot he's a 1 foot shot taker in the lane. If you watch him, he does that a lot.
Kawhi Leonard really bothered him way more than Marcus Morris bothered him on any possession the whole game.
I want to know how much they're actually bothering him, considering he's averaging 31, 10, and 10. So how much are they actually bothering him in 4 games?
Well, how about shooting threes? They can bother him like crazy. They just let him shoot it.
If I was him, I wouldn't even shoot a 3 because you can't stop me.
I agree.
You can't stop me. Why would I send somebody else into the grocery store to get my groceries when I can walk right up in there and get them myself and walk right out? Because he's getting to the lane and to the rim any way he wants. He's not athletic. He doesn't have Westbrook speed. He doesn't have LeBron's ability. But all I know is that Euro step from one side to the other, Paul George was looking like, where did he go with you? How did he do that?
How many free throws did he get to shoot yesterday?
He didn't shoot but 5.
Oh, and he made how many? 3.
Hold on.
Missed the most free throws in the playoffs.
Let that sink in for just a second, people at home. This man got 43 points and made 3 made free throws. So in other words, and he only made 4 3-pointers. He had 18 total field goal attempts. So I just need to know if he's not good at the mid-range, he's a terrible 3-point shooter. He only made 3 free throws yesterday. Where the other hell did those 14 baskets come from?
Kawhi's going to have to take him from start to finish because Kawhi can keep him out of the lane.
But here's the thing. The reason why you don't do that is because that's your offensive guy. You want him to wear down because I want you to know he tries to take Luka for the entirety of the game. His offense going to suffer, and you're going to get blown out. He did that without the unicorn.
He's supposed to have a co-star whom he recruited out of Oklahoma City, and his name is now George Paul.
Hold on,
not Paul George. Playoff P stands for playoff P. I won't say what it was.
Hold on, Skip. But here's the thing, Skip.
Okay.
You wouldn't beat him up like that. He gave himself that name. Nobody had ever called him that till he was up on stage with Russ and Carmelo.
Are you kidding me? Playoff P so far in this series has shot 29% from the floor and 22% from 3. It's virtually impossible to overcome your second star shooting that poorly just to be 2-2 against the offense ranked the best ever in overall offensive rating. No offense in the history of the league was ranked better than this one. And they can all shoot it because we just talked about Seth, who's starting to look like Steph to me, and Trey Burke, and Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, they can all shoot the lights out, and they feed off Luka's playmaking because the one thing he does the best is playmaking. He's a special passer.
Skip, they get points from Boban.
Okay.
Don't sleep on Boban.
As Van Gundy said yesterday, he is an excellent offensive player because he's almost like automatic from like 7 feet. He just flicks his wrist and it goes in. That's hard to do for 7'5".
Yeah, you can't do anything about that.
George Paul is a disaster, and it's hard to carry him because Doc's in that conundrum situation of how do you get him out of his slump? Well, you just tell him to keep shooting.
Right.
And he's not the mentally toughest guy. He went on social the other day after the game on Friday night, I believe, and fired back at everybody and said, I'll be who I am. Well, you've let them get to you. They're under your skin. You're thinking about it. And now you've let yourself devolve into a playoff basket case. That's what you are.
I mean, why are you surprised? Do you remember Game 6 against Utah?
Do I?
Russ goes for 46, Paul George has 5.
Yeah.
In LeBron's last...
By the way, Donovan Mitchell was going for like 50 in that game.
He went 50.
Yeah,
he went for another 50 pieces last night. Skip, LeBron's last year in Cleveland, Game 4 in the sweep game, Paul George had 15 after having 44 and 29 and 33s. And then he has 15 in the closeout. So this is not new. People all of a sudden, I understand. Where is that guy that finished 3rd in the MVP voting? Because here's the thing, Skip. If your offense is suffering, you're like, Doc, I don't have it going offense. But I'm going to take this challenge. I'm going to shut Luka down. That's what you got to do, Skip. If you're struggling offensively, you have to find a way to contribute in other ways. Well, Paul George, supposedly everybody's been telling me, since I don't know what I'm talking about, that he's an elite defender.
That's what he said after Friday's game. I'm not James Harden. I don't score the way...
Taking a shot at James Harden.
No, it wasn't a shot.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. I don't take it as a shot at all. He's saying, I do all the little things.
What little things is he doing?
None. That's what I said. I got nothing from him yesterday. On defense, I got nothing. Show me steals, show me deflection.
See, what happens is that James Harden is such an elite level scorer. And people are like, well, that's basically trying to insinuate that's all James Harden does. So they are backhanded compliment. Oh, yeah, James is an elite level player, but I'm not James Harden, which means I can do other things. James Harden can do other things too. Maybe he doesn't sit in a chair, but he's getting steals, he's rebounding the ball. When is Paul George going to do some of that?
So speaking of that, I got to show it one time just to drive this in. This took the heart and soul out of the Clippers with 1:30 left in overtime. George Paul gets the ball underneath, wide open, and he's a little too far underneath, you could argue, but it's as wide open as you can get, and it's a right-handed layup. And just, you can't make that. Now you're lost. You're a lost cause, and they know it, and it's hard for them to psychologically overcome that.
That was it.
Yep. That was the end. That
and
was
he knew, I mean, that's why he's like, he's scared. You know, sometimes you just throw your hands up and say, I ain't got it, bro.
It's deflating.
Hold on,
feel it.
Jenny, before you go,
What's
Jenny, go
up?
ahead. Keep on talking, Jenny. You know.
Oh, okay, we put that back up? Please do. Okay, we're going to continue talking about Luka. But here's the thing, guys. I actually think LeBron was impressed by Luka as well. He was tweeting about it. Were you guys impressed by LeBron? His 38 performance, Game 3. We dive in next.